Balancing work and personal life. This is a very challenging thing in our time, whereby you want to work from dawn to sunset, from dawn to noon. Not knowing we have our personal life, and not knowing we have life after work. Most of us we don't think of it. We just work, and when it comes to those who are being controlled by some, to me, to balance work and personal life. One, set boundaries. How can I set boundaries? I'm working for someone. How can I set boundaries? This is the time my customers are coming. How can I set boundaries? You can't, because this is your life. There is life after work. Too much of anything is bad. If let me talk on the side of those who work for others, who monthly earners, because of most of the monthly earners are workers to someone, to somebody, to some companies. But how can you manage balancing the work and your personal life? Set your time, set boundaries. You give me work. One, I'm grateful that you've employed me, and I promise I work to my fullest, but I want such and that. You set the condition for you as a person, because some work for hours and some work for day. They can say, okay, you'll be working for 8 hours, so 8 hours, that is good and great. Do I have lunch time and breakfast time? No. If they say no, stand on your foot and say, I want to work, but I need at least, in that 8 hours, I need at least 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, whereby 30 minutes for break and 1 hour for lunch. Period. In your 80 hours of working, that is, you've set boundaries from the start. But if you don't set boundaries from the start, it's traumatic. You can be here during your resting time and the person comes, because you didn't discuss it about. You never discussed with him or her, be it in which country, in which continent. You have to set boundaries for your work, because when a person decides to hire you, that means that he or she is interested in you. As far as you hanker on the best progress, the best results of which position you've been hired. 2, prioritize your health. Prioritize your health as a person, whereby sleep well, have exercise, eat well, because healthy body equals a sharp mind. If your body is healthy, automatically your mind will be sharp. You can't work from, like, we are in a bad era, a bad generation, whereby our best friends, most of us, are those gadgets. Are the gadgets, including me. They are not my best, but we spend most of our time on gadgets. From here, you are from Twitter. From Twitter, you run straight to Facebook. From Facebook, straight Instagram. From Instagram, straight TikTok. From TikTok, straight YouTube. And that is the kind of life you are living. Mentally, you are not resting. Physically, you are not resting. And we are here working all the time. You're on the chair like this. How do you expect your body to be healthy? End of the day, those are some of the causes of diabetes and pressure. Your body doesn't have enough rest. Even sitting like this, it's an opportunity. You have to do something to do to make your body busy, to move here and here, so that you can even keep your mind sharp. Healthy body equals a sharp mind. If your body is healthy, honesty, your mind is functioning at the highest rate. But if your body is sick, even your mind is sick. Because I believe one wound on the body is a wound on the whole body. Every part of your body doesn't function well. 3, you have to learn to say no. Mind you, we are on balancing work and personal life. Learn to say no in the time where you're not supposed to be at work and somebody comes to, I want this. It's not your time for working. Why do you say, that is not your time for work. Set a time. You know that I'm working for 80 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, or 12 hours. That is morning to dawn. From dawn to noon to sunset, that is 12 hours. It depends on your country. You set your working time, your boundaries, you set your timetables, and then to say no. If you don't feel like you are not feeling good, why do you work? You feel like, in fact, honestly, you can't even lift your hand up. But because you want to please someone, he came and call you, from the nowhere, you just learn like that. Why? This is your life. Balance work and your personal life. Because all in all, there is life after work. There is life after that opportunity you have. Now it's helping you to conquer your needs, but there is time after that work when it's done and you are still there. How do you survive? You are tired. Some of the is morning to dawn. From dawn to noon to sunset, that is 12 hours. It depends on your country. You set your working time, your boundaries, you set your timetables, and then to say no. If you don't feel like you are not feeling good, why do you work? You feel like, in fact, honestly, you can't even lift your hand up. But because you want to please someone, he came and call you, from the nowhere, you just learn like that. Why? This is your life. Balance work and your personal life. Because all in all, there is life after work. There is life after that opportunity you have. Now it's helping you to conquer your needs, but there is time after that work when it's done and you are still there. How do you survive? You are tired. Some of the other people can be tired. The extent she can't even breathe. She feels like the chest is bursting, and she can be told, and this and this and this. For example, I can say in Gulf countries, I never wanted to give some examples on some countries, but most of the Gulf countries, you are told to wash the car. You just can't. In our countries, in Africa, our cars are washed by men. But you find the people, girls, women in Gulf countries are washing cars. This is unfair, honestly. You at night you are oringa kabata. You can't even breathe. You die in silence because you never learned how to say no. Say no, this is I can't. Whom are you trying to please? Mind you, there is work, there is life after work. How are you going to survive? Even if you're in our country, you are in an office, you are in what, but even this guy is sitting on computer, but it's tiresome. End of the day, it affects us here in the back here, and some of the shoulders. You feel like affected, like a teacher. All the time you are on the blackboard. From there, in our countries, we mark books. You mark books for 100 kids. By the end of the day, the hand is paining. End of the day, your editor comes, Madam Fan, you must give these kids the extra lesson because their candidates and whatever we're aiming for them to pass high. So say no, I'm tired, I can't, because of end of the day you give wrong measure. Learn to say no when it's your time to rest. You get my point. Don't be there that everything I'm done, I'm told I'll be doing. Whoa. Learn to say no. Time block for life and work. Here is like, I can say this more rise for the people who are the self-employers of their souls. I'm a person, I'm an investor, the investor of my investment, and I'm the boss, and I'm the employee. Due to the scarcity of capital and the scarcity of resources and the scarcity of the outputs, scarcity of the profits, and I say, I'm having 1,000 chickens. They need food. I need electricity. I need modern space. But I can't afford money for the workers. What can I do? As a person, you can say, I'll do it for myself. Because we are strong. What I know, Africans, we are strong. I can handle them without the support of anyone. I'll give them what I give them, food I put on it, I will change them. If they are reyes, I can correct the. As you are in such a condition, what can you do? Make a timetable for you. You say, by this and this time, I'll be in my chickens, collecting eggs. This time I'll be giving them what. I'm just giving an example. Not saying that every worker should be for chicken. I'm giving you an example how to do this. Let me say on those without housemaids, I can say, I don't want housemaids in my life. I don't want to use them. Not because I can't afford, but because they are some. According to Islam, there is a way how a housemaid should be treated, and I feel like I won't be able to fulfill it. So, better I do my work. One, you make a timetable for yourself. Because in developed countries, you are paid as a housewife. You can be paid that, you've done well, you've done what, I'll be paying you like this. Just a honorarium, not a salary for you, but just a honorarium. You can, whatever work, you can make a timetable for you, and you say this is time for work and this time for rest. You say, even if you come in my resting time, but in our countries, you have time where a person can knock your door, knowing that this is a time for a person to rest. Sizungira wa muntu n'obudde bw'abeebasi baba omudde. Tetulina obudde bwe bayita kalasamayanzi obwo. Kalasamayanzi abantu tebazungiramu. Naye as the world change, everything is on its own. Set time block for your life and your work. And the rest, second, like rest but not least, you have as a person, personally you or me, separate workspace and home space. For example, we run back on the previous example I gave concerning the hens. Separate workspace and home space. For this time, I give an example of cakes. Bakery. I'm a bakery, whatever. I make cakes from home. I make sweets. I make sort of that kind. I have to separate this. That this is my space for work. This is your mind. You can find there are people doing serious things. What drives you to some apps which are not good? Even though when we are opening some apps, they bring us some photos as some of you don't want to look at such, but still you didn't select it yourself. By their souls who selected such app. So use technology wisely. I didn't want to go deep in it because it's wide. Using technology is wide. Make time for your people you care about. We are in a generation where people work from down to sunset. Or he or she might be working for 8 hours. And for those who are not at home, and you fail to get time for your family, is that really fair? You end up you don't have time for your family. I'll give an example. If I'm a dad, I'm a mom, I wake up very early, going to Nakasero or Wino, Kenya. Mention it, because whenever you can earn from, I wake up by 5 early morning. But either in our country it's night. I believe it's night. I'm out. I'm going to look for a risk to feed my kids. From there, I went in the morning before my kids wake up. I left them with a maid. I come back by 6. Sunset. I'm tired. They are tired. They are having homework. And most of us, we keep them in boarding schools. End of the day, I found the maid has already cooked for me. And I feel like I want to eat and sleep. I didn't get time for my family. These are my family. These are my kids. These are my whatever. These are my relatives. These are my whoever is in your hands. Be it your mom, be it your dad, be it your father, be it your grandmother, be it your aunt, be it whatever. He is in your hands. You have to balance work and your family and your people you care about. That is for those at home. And this really happens. I'm a dad. I'm a changer from Kenya. to Uganda. I'm tired. I'm back with my bag and sweat on the sitting room. I eat, I sit, I go and take shower. Shoo, to the bed. How will you know your kids? How will you know what they pass through? How will you know what they like and what they don't like? End of the day, taata kulikayo. Nobabuuzaako n'otennyamuka. For those who are not at home, we left our kids at home, we left our parents, we left whatever we left at home. When we go back, we on this technology. I'm on my way looking for visa. I'm on my way looking for Interpol. I'm on my way looking for passport. I'm on my way renewing my national ID. You end up, you don't get time for your families. I'm at work because all this is process for your working documents. Please try to set up space for yourself, for your work and your family and the people you care about. They will miss you after you go. They will miss you after you pass away. So leave good memories in them. Try to create those scenes, you know. I won't go in deep. I'm not going deep, too much deep in it. But I'm trying to at least to elaborate more, of which I can and of which I feel like I know. And last but not least, protect your me time. Protect your me time. What is me time? As Rahma, I can fail some. I can fail to get time for myself. How comes the person can forget and can fail to get time for his or herself? And all his time is dedicated to people and all his time is dedicated to work. For example, I'm here. I'm a teacher. I wake up by 5. I prepare myself. By 6, I should be at work. From there, I'm work. Chalk to pen to books to whatever to research. End of the day, I'm back home. I'm tired. Sit, make food, prepare the house, do the house stuffs and the house chores. And if I'm married, I do whatever. By the end of the day, I want a cake of 100,000. I want a cake of 20,000. I want a cake. You were there just on order. Create space. Create space because of the end of the day. You want that money, even though hard work is needed, pursuing our goals, but at least you have to relax. Get time for yourself. Get time for your family. Get time for your body as a person. Don't be there around by work. This is an example, by the way, for the people who work in Gulf countries. You are here. Rahma, Kirin. Rahma, food. I'm giving example of me. Or any name you can. And you can be told to bring 5 things within the same space. Within the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. End of the day, I think you see some TikTok challenges. I see them, because I'm not using TikTok, but I see them. End of the day, you collapse. Just sit there and be like this. Oh my goodness, what can I do? What should I do first? You are collapsed. The inner you, it's like you understand, but the outer of you, the outer you, it's like you understand, but the inner you are totally collapsed. So create space for yourself if you can, and if you have that ability. So when you go to the next thing, how to balance work and personal life, take a break, real break for you. Real break for you as a person. Me as I think in our country we've heard of a postmortem saying that the cause of this was overusing of the gadgets. Did you hear that? Whereby we need to take a break. Be there. No, I have. But a day is made of 12 hours. I don't believe in that 12 hours of night because it depends on the country where you are. There are some countries have 16 hours a day. And there are countries which have 12 hours a day. And there are countries which have less than 12 a day, 8, 7, 10. But let us consider these daytime hours. Take a break. Our era, we as teenagers, adolescents, women, fathers, mothers, children, whatever, we don't have break for our lives. You can be working at a place. From work, from there, you just grab your gadget. Sure, grab your gadget. Either phone, either laptop, either PlayStation. Your mind is not relaxed. You need at least to get a deep breath, a deep praise, a deep sleep with sweet moments, and you feel relaxed as a person. But all the time, try to switch off the screens. If it's on the issue of data, switch off data. Switch off the phone. Throw it there. Switch off the ringtones. At least to have a peaceful moment. Just even if it's for 3 hours. Whether it's for daytime, even if it's 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, that is enough. It shouldn't exceed 1 hour, but between 10 to 40 hours of nice relaxation without any gadget near you, without any screen open. You are just relaxing for your mind. Take a break for yourself, off from work, and this is your personal life. I'm relaxed. Then after that, come up, start from where you ended. If daytime, by the way, it's advisable for night to sleep at least for good 8 hours. For good 8 hours. You ask yourself, before in the past, grandparents, they are not getting too much sick as we do. A lot of diseases were not there, even though they are there and they didn't have proper medication. But in our era, we have proper medication, nice and nice and nice everything, mention it. But see the kind of life we live like zombies, gadget to gadget, up to up. Have time for yourself. And by the way, see on this generation, and a lot of things, a lot of exciting things are coming. Use technology wisely. Technology wisely, because what I know, we have a lot of things, by the way. We have a lot of technology developed, which we didn't know, and we used to hear them, and we could say, can it be? But in this 21st century? This 21st century, everything has happened. It's where you can find a laptop. It's where you can find an app and ask her, how old am I? And it tells you from nowhere. It's where you can find an app. You just put your palm like this and ask it your life status and tells you. It's where you can find an app. You just press in. It gives you history of 1,000 years back. It's the generation where you are, where you can be like, I want to make a video concerning this, and just press it. This, and it gives the whole data. And when it's correct, it has no curriculum. It's the generation where we are. You can get curriculum of all countries, and you wonder, how is it made? AI. We are in an AI generation. Guess what? Everything is possible. Whatever you want, it can be done. It depends on use whether, and some use technology now in a very long run. So we have to use it wisely. Use it for your own benefit, for your own purpose, for your own push-ups, not for the craps of your mind. You can find there are people doing serious